What is up, everyone, and welcome to Extreme Bronco Live right here on Wednesday night. Hello, Mrs. Becky.
Hi. Glad
Hi.
to be here.
Here, let's slide the mic over. Last time I didn't have it.
I know.
We're a little dark in here. Plus, I'm wearing a black T-shirt. That's kind of crazy. Bronco 78. Good evening, sir. How are you? Ryan Hemming, John Burnett, Nick. What is going on, my friend? Thank you all for being here. Hello, all. John said, "Hello, Mr. Wild." Yeah, really wild. Hey, so look, I'm going to start right off. We don't, let a few people join in here. We were supposed to announce something cool tonight. However, we were missing one small detail that we have to get from someone before we can announce it. But we are changing our channel name. And so that's the gist of it. So I'm not trying to tease anybody. I just don't want to say it until we get this one little thing.
Everything's concrete.
I think Monday was a holiday, so it kind of.
Yeah, the week's been a little chaotic with the holiday.
Yeah, plus we have we're going out of town tomorrow evening for softball.
Yes. So things have been very crazy.
So our daughter Alexa is playing in the state championship game. So they have, I guess it's the way it's done is multiple teams there, right? And it's done through like playoffs and things like that. Anyway, it's going to be pretty fun. So I hope everyone's having a great time. Leaky. Joe said, sup, Leaky. Yeah, hey, not me, her Bronco. Town and country, what is going on?
Thanks so much for the super chat.
Yeah, thanks, Mitchell. I appreciate awesome. That. That's very, very cool. We were talking about you today. A friend of mine. We were talking about the video that you did on dealerships. You haven't seen that, Becky. You need to look at that.
I do.
Very interesting take. Head over to Town and Country TV and look at the video on our. I forget what the title is. Mitchell, you could probably tell us, but it's that basically the health of dealerships and what's the future of dealerships, I should say.
You told me about that. Mm-hmm.
Very, very insightful from someone in the know. So it's pretty cool.
And we actually gave you a plug the other day. We joined into a 4th of July parade in our local community, and we met a guy. And Dwayne mentioned that Broncos were your thing.
Yep.
And that MSRP.
Yep.
So we tooted your horn for you.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. So we were talking to someone about it, and we just said, hey, like in our situation here locally, but Town and Country does a lot of that, and great folks. So you know what? If you have to do an internet purchase and fly into town and drive back, hey, that's a pretty fun weekend, right? But we do appreciate so the title was Dealerships Going Out of Business. So, and when you look at it, a lot of the stuff made a lot of sense to me. If you think about floor plan and not floral plan, that was pretty cool. Yeah, you have to watch the video. A little teaser there. Head over to Town and Country TV and watch
the video.
But the floor plan, and if you look at what that costs dealers to keep that inventory, and I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. I would think there's an insurance component to that as well.
I would think so. I mean, for any business holding a bunch of inventory, especially high dollar units, is cumbersome.
It is. And so if you think about it, well, if a dealer is selling a lot of units and they're done by order, and so as soon as they come in, they're inspected, detailed, and the buyer picks them up and they're down the road, well, that's good business, I guess, potentially. And if you need a car, like you're in an accident or something happened, it's blown engine and you're done with it. That's where low inventory is going to really hurt you, I think. But there'll be some stuff out there. Mm-hmm. And the used car, we just sold our Range Rover and we did Becky find it and we did very well on it. So we were pretty excited about that. Andrea, what is going on, my friend?
Andrea.
Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that.
Good to see you.
Yeah. And so for those of you who don't know, Andrea lives very close to us. And I think we're going to try to maybe, who knows?
Collaborate on a video.
Yeah. Do a video there on his Bronco. Maybe. Putting you on the spot, Andrea. So, but
no worries there.
Yeah, no worries. No pressure whatsoever. So anyway, getting back to the very beginning, and then we'll talk about Becky's Bronco. It's getting ready to head back to the dealer tomorrow for the final repair. I'll tell you that backstory, how that went, because you see the video of what happened, and I'll tell you in between that video now. But yeah, the channel name is voluntary. No, I know a lot of people said, "Uh-oh." No, there's no uh-ohs. We just want to expand and do other automotive, right? But and still a lot of Bronco content. I mean, Bronco Raptor coming. We have the two, the
so
Broncos
excited
now.
about that.
That's going to be really, really fun stuff. But I think there's going to be no shortage of Bronco content. I think you're going to like it. I really think how we have it planned out is going to be really cool. So hopefully, any day now, had I not procrastinated a little bit, would you raise your eyebrows for? Like, not me, not me. But yeah, it's it's going to be really, really, really fun. So, you want to talk about your Bronco?
What about my Bronco?
Okay, so we dropped the video where the front diff was leaking. So we all know that. We've seen that. And so we took
bad, but
it's not
a slight leak.
Yeah, and the reason we didn't see anything on the back bumper or see anything dripping on the ground. I found it doing a oil change.
Right. Which thankfully he found it though, so we could circumvent any issues that could have arisen.
Well, and also making the undercarriage look like the frame underneath, make it look like it was a 20-year-old vehicle with the leaking and the dust stuck to it. So we took it to the dealer last Wednesday. It was last Wednesday. I think
it was Wednesday.
I think it was last Wednesday.
No, it was Thursday.
Okay, we took it to a dealer last week, and here's the good and the bad about it, right? The good is they immediately found the issue, ordered the part. It took until it was originally going to be Friday afternoon. I don't know if the part came in Friday or Tuesday. No, what's today? Today's Wednesday, so yesterday. However, they couldn't get me back in to do it until tomorrow. So we drop it off tomorrow morning.
Well, originally they said Friday, which will be out of town. So that wasn't going to work. So they were able to accommodate us tomorrow.
By a day.
Right.
And so in a perfect world, you like to think, why couldn't you get me in, last Friday or this Tuesday and get it going and get me down the road? Well, so that's like the first instinct, man, get me in, get me out. But if you think about it, the people that their vehicles being worked on yesterday and today were those that were scheduled before me. So they were there before me. Yeah. So I guess the good news is that they're taking the people that were first in and keeping them in line and not squeezing someone else in because, you have a Bronco or you talk a lot about Bronco stuff. And it's really cool. The good news is it's going to be fixed just a few hours tomorrow, and then we're back in business.
Well, and to I guess toot the horn of the dealership, they did go ahead and top off the fluid. It wasn't even hardly low, they said. So we've been able to drive it, although I have not driven it like I normally would.
Yeah, not interstate, because when the pinion's spinning, the differential spinning, fluids flying, it's more likely to squeeze it out of that seal, I should say, blow it out of that seal at higher speed. So we didn't want to do that. And then we were headed to the Outer Banks on the 4th. And then we had this, what would you call it?
Storm. Wasn't it?
Well, they called it a tropical storm.
Was supposed to be coming, which they did get hit.
Well, they got hit,
but had beautiful weather.
Weather. A lot of the weather people were saying they don't know why it was named a tropical storm, but anyway, getting off track a little bit, but so we canceled our off-roading to the Outer Banks because of the diff leak, and we were going to take both Broncos. Then we decided, okay, well, we'll just take the blue one. We'll just go in one Bronco, not take as much stuff. And then I woke up and said, hey, Becky, there's a tropical storm on the Outer Banks, change of plans.
So we ended up going to the beach here locally, not in the Broncos, unfortunately, and begrudgingly, I need to say, because the whole time we're trekking across Shore Drive, across the road with all of our stuff, we're like, could have been on the beach today.
Yeah, but it ended up working out.
It was fun. It was a great day.
The Outer Banks had in and out of rain. It was like a glorified
beautiful day here,
cold front or a thunderstorm.
Right.
Like tropical storm was a little much of a stretch, but you know what? They can claim one more tropical storm for the year. So I guess that's what we're keeping score, right? So anyway,
so a neat thing
looks like it looks like tomorrow that the Bronco will be fixed, back in business, and then that's it. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, what I was going to say though, we did get to participate in a parade, our local parade here, which was fun, and both Broncos were in it,
Yep.
and it was cool. I will say, however, after getting sunburned the day before and not having the top on the next day, I really need to get a sunshade.
Yeah, you really do.
Get a sunshade.
We need to get one that has our brand name on it.
That would be awesome.
I'm glad we didn't get one before,
and I tried to think ahead. I took the towel, and I'm sure people are like, "Oh my gosh, why does she have a towel in her lap?" But my legs were on fire.
Yeah, it's cold. It's like 95 degrees. But yeah, what was interesting too, and it made us feel good about it, was the attention that the Broncos got. We were the only 2 Broncos in the event.
Yeah,
there was a I would say it was restored Suzuki Samurai behind us.
No, it wasn't restored because he said it was original. I thought maybe he's done a few little maintenance things.
I think mostly original. You're right.
Yeah, because he got it from someone that was the one-time owner, and it had been sitting in a barn or a garage for years.
It was like looking at a museum piece, because I haven't seen one that looked that good that wasn't cut up and jacked up and all that other stuff. I mean, this thing looked
cute the way they decorated it.
And he had all the paperwork and stuff. So hopefully we're going to be able to do a review on that. I figured it would be cool, right? It's a neat vehicle. And but we had a Jeep in front of us there, and then the Broncos just got a ton of attention. I mean, you could just, on and on. It just made us feel good. And we thank everyone for their hospitality there in Suffolk, Virginia. That was pretty cool.
And my Bronco even made it on the page. The Facebook page.
Yeah, she's the banner page. Like, are you kidding me?
It was just kind of funny.
Yeah. Anyway, it's because you weren't wearing a hat. Gavin was like,
no, I did have a hat.
Oh, you did have your Bronco hat on. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, let's go back through some of the comments here real quick. But yeah, Town and Country, thanks for your super chat. And Andrea, thank you very much for the super chat.
All Terrain Nation tuning in. Hey, guys.
Hey.
And thanks for the super chat.
Oh, thanks, All Terrain Nation, for that super chat. Thank you very much. That'll help with the rebranding stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm gone in 60. What's going on? I have to check out your video you just dropped, your latest one on the top. That's going to be very interesting. John Burnett, hello again.
Ryan Hemming, did you say hi to him?
No, I didn't.
He snuck in.
Hey, yeah, Ryan. I did. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Keith, what is going on? Bronco update on back orders. Well, I don't know if Mitchell's still in, if he could add any content to that, but
he may have some good info.
I can tell you that, and this is non-scientific type stuff. There's just a lot of people that you're seeing that are first week reservation holders that had to reorder, and they're taking delivery of their Broncos. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for a month. There's just a lot. There's actually a news story. Let me see if I can remember the stats. So semiconductors overall, now this is not brand specific, but it's just overall in the United States, is up 18% year over year. And month to month, I think from the records go back to May. I think so. May to June was 1.8% increase in semiconductors. So the trend is headed right now. How many does Ford get of those? I don't know how they're distributed or how they're made up. I mean, semiconductors are in appliances, phones, computers.
So many things.
I mean, we're looking at a weight machine over here. I'm sure it has something in there to control electronics. And obviously vehicles have a lot of them. And depending on what type of vehicle you have, what trim you have, it's going to have a ton of them. So it's been really good to see the trend go up. And I think that's part of it. Broncos that were built, they're getting the chips and they're getting sent down the road. So I would say the back orders are shrinking dramatically.
Although Town and Country chimed in, he says backlog is getting much worse.
Oh, it is getting much worse.
So wow. I'm wondering what's going on with that. I would have thought they would have been Mitchell. Catching up.
So yeah, and so that tells you what I know, because I'm just looking at like this and that's if the back orders is all chip related. There could be top issues. There's the toe pack issue, which I think we've all agreed. I think most of us have that it's more of a wiring and maybe even a chip thing there issue versus the hardware of the hitch. Because if it wasn't, wouldn't it be nice if they could wire it and you could do the hitch local? But I
Right.
think the hardware is there. I think it might be the wiring on
Hmm.
that. Um, and so the backlog is getting much worse. So Mitchell, thanks for that. I just man, I just see the people, and there again, you seeing people that on social media saying, "Hey, I finally got my Bronco." That is not some accurate way of telling. Looking at the numbers. I will say this: I did see, I think it was Broncos 6G posted roughly 12,000 Broncos built last month, and I want to say it was in the high 8,000 sold. So there again, that's inventory. The difference is sitting somewhere at a holding lot because they were built but not sent out for some reason. Because let's face it, when they're going to a dealer, they have a short, I forget what the turn rate. The turn rate's very fast, right? Off the truck, inspected, detailed, and the new buyer picks it up and they're out.
And I'm sorry, did you notice Mitchell's comment also about it's not just the chips, it's all kinds of supplier issues.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
they're
And
just
so that
getting
makes
hammered
sense.
with everything.
So you get good news on the
Unfortunately.
semiconductor stuff, and then there's
Right,
something else.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tell you, there's a lot of it. The labor shortage is a huge deal. I I I had to go just a eye checkup today, normal, stuff like that. And in there they had a sign, and I thought how sad it was, but how nice it was for them to do it. It said something like, oh, let's see, be kind, be kind to those who show up to work. We appreciate your patience.
I feel like I've seen that sign.
Be kind to those who show up to work. That is like so bare minimum, isn't it? Like, I don't think in those terms. I think abundance, and
right.
more
We're
and
just dealing with
growth and
different
it's
time
just,
here.
yeah, it's just weird. So you have the labor shortage. Then yes, you have material shortage, which then goes back to probably labor because right, a lot of this stuff is
All
built by
circular
people and
formula there.
yeah, it's just in transit and everything else. So and I mean, how much of this is being pushed into the EV stuff? And this is not a popular comment, and I don't want to upset anyone, but do you think that the EV stuff is a hobby for auto manufacturers that has a tax incentive right now? Or do you think they really want to do it? They really want it to go that way and that's it? I mean,
well, they're probably following the dollars.
80%.
If someone's waving the almighty dollar at them, of course they're going to try to produce what they're going to get paid for.
Yeah, and so I know they're trying to get going in that. I don't know, are we taking material from one type of vehicle to another? I don't really know. I just think across the board. Well, if you look at the Lightning orders, for example, I don't know what GM's got and Chrysler going on, but if you look at the Lightning, some of those were held initially, but I'm seeing people get those as well, and I'm hearing really good things though about the torque. TFL is doing I didn't get to see the end of it because I had to run out earlier, but they did a video where they're comparing a GM gas powered truck to the Lightning, towing two identical campers, following the same path, kind of following each other really. And I didn't get to see the end of that video. So if you're interested between the Lightning and the GM gas version, head on over to TFL and check out their video. I don't know the name of it, but I am going to finish watching it later today.
I'm just curious, even Ford, we've talked about this before, has an electric version of a truck. How would that perform, like towing a horse trailer, for instance, because we've talked about it? Because the pricing was actually pretty decent. And I thought, well, because he's not going to let me drive his truck to tow a horse trailer and go trail riding and go places without a little medicine.
Yeah, because when you go when I hear you driving vehicles and trails, I see scratches.
Maybe.
I mean, come on, man.
Well, but my concern would be, how would it perform, and does it have enough juice to get you there and back? So after sitting all day,
you need to watch some of these videos on Lightning. It's very impressive. So they've done these several 10,000 pound towing challenges.
Which is 10,000 pound for a horse or two would probably work.
Yeah, I mean, sure, a decent trailer and two horses. How much does the average horse weigh that you?
Let's just say, well, Hank was what, 1,300 pounds on the trailer. So like 2,600 pounds, let's just say max.
And then the trailer depends on
Like
if you're all
5,000.
aluminum or
So you're under 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, you're going to be 8,000 pounds.
Mhm.
Yeah. So right.
Sorry, not to get off subject there.
Yeah, and the range is the biggest thing.
So Joe Blow says the Lightning only towed like 83 miles and then down to 20%. Wow, that's not. I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
That just wouldn't work.
Yeah. So I think
as great as it sounds, it wouldn't work. Not for me.
Hey, did we say thanks to All Terrain Nation for that?
I think we did, but if we didn't,
supporting awesome people. Thank you, All Terrain Nation, Dave, for saying that. I appreciate you. Vancity's Adventure.
And then another
Miss My Old Bronco was fun. Tom's Off-Road event is getting close. Yeah, Nick's going to Tom's Off-Road event. Remember,
I would love to see some videos of that. Unfortunately, that's just a little too out of our traveling range.
We have
it sounds great though.
Speaking of traveling and speaking of one of your dogs,
the doodle arrives.
Oh man, we
have a goal every week. I'm up here. No. She loves me.
Yeah, she loves her. So Supercell was at North. Yeah, Supercell North, I guess, is kicking off. Is it today?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, today or tomorrow.
I didn't realize it.
So we had originally planned on going. We said we were going to go, and then Becky had some stuff that came up, kind of work related, and then our daughter made it to her team made it to the state championship. So it kind of just
our summer's gone off the rails a little bit so far.
Yeah, it took it flow. Yeah.
Flo said there are too many Karens.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. Nick said, wish they wouldn't cut the extra stuff off. You don't need heat. Yeah, Nick's talking about getting rid of some of the stuff that you don't need in the Bronco, like the heated seat. You don't have to have that, right? It's cool. I will admit I love it. The heated steering wheel, do I have to have it? No, but there again, it's cool. So if we can get it, great. Right. But those are definitely some things that we can, can do away with.
But I guess it's each person's preference, because if you're in it for the long haul and you really want those things, then if they're that important, I would just wait. Honestly.
Yeah, Bronco 78 was saying he's seen a report on truck sales showing the top sellers down to the bottom. Just wonder where those stats would be if there weren't any supply issues. Yeah, that is it's just a strange time, isn't it? Like even in our business,
oh my gosh, everything.
Nothing is normal. The uncertainty. And here's the thing. One of the 6 human needs, Tony Robbins talks about this, is certainty. A lot of people right now are so stressed out because a lot of certainty is out the window.
Yeah. And that's why
if you live your life to have, if you live your life to have certainty, right? And that's part of you, what makes you happy and keeps you, you're
that's kind of like bearing right now.
Right now it's like, where's the certainty? You don't know what gas is doing. You don't know what supply issues are doing. It's groceries are getting short. Man, I'll tell you what,
all you can do is take it day by day, honestly.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see. I'm looking for a motorcycle, and a lot of them are 6 to 12 months backlog as well.
Like everything is. We bought a hot tub. I don't know. It was 2020 when we bought it. And remember,
late 2021.
It was delayed because of shortages then. And then we talked to someone at the shop sometime in 21, and they were quoting them months and months and months out. So I could only imagine it's just affected, I think, every industry imaginable, honestly.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going at 60. Said it sounds like a small deal, but the temperature knob is missing the digital temp on my 22. Yeah.
I chuckle about that because that's been a source of contention in our household.
Well, yeah, because we just, I get in the 21, it's there, in the 22, it's not. And there again, we don't care either way.
Right.
But it was
I'm
interesting.
Okay with it. But it is nice seeing it on the knob, because he has it on his, but I don't, because he has the 21 and I have the 22.
Yeah, but you have the sway bar and I don't.
Well, but you can't really see the sway bar. I mean, performance
but you're not supposed to.
Driving it is different, but you don't notice that. What they're talking about, I'm Gone in 60s talking about, is, you do notice that, especially if you've been looking at it and you're used to it, and all of a sudden it's gone. It is one of those creature comforts that you get used to.
Yeah. So Bronco 78 said he has a lot of plumbing jobs that he's been trying to finish up for 6 months, but can't get all
Oh,
the
the
fixtures to
fixtures.
finish. Yeah. And
And
they're
that's so frustrating.
yeah, and there again, depending on how custom it is, right? How
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Custom always takes longer, anyways, for fixtures when you have to special order them.
yeah, and we have some of the really crazy fixtures that remember the really expensive sinks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need to we still have some
Where
of those.
are those?
Those are in the
storage?
shop in Hampton. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That is what. Yeah,
Dwayne
Bronco
Baby's the
said.
21. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Gavin kind of gives me the guilt trip. See, that's going to be his first vehicle in 6 years. And so he's like, look, Dad, take care of it. I'm like, well, you're the one scuffing the paint up on it. But he's like, oh, no, So he doesn't want to wash it. He wants me to wash it. Make sure you change the oil. And he'll joke around and say, take care of my ride for me. I'm just borrowing it right now, right? I'm just paying for it. So
Paying and borrowing it, right?
yeah, pretty good vehicle, first vehicle for somebody, right?
I think that's a
Nick
pretty
said,
sweet first vehicle, honestly.
yeah, Nick said that's why the Broncos come with a normal heater. Don't need to. Yeah, there again, we talked about that. What are some of the things that you can do away with in a Bronco? Like, I'd love to see in the comments, if you ordered a Bronco today, how comfortable would you be just ordering? I mean, you want the cool stuff, front and rear lockers, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Sway bar disconnect. So if you're doing Badlands, you're going to get that. Hard top or soft top. I'll tell you, there's an advantage to both. There really is.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the soft top though. I think that if we had to pick, we would definitely pick the soft top over the hard top for the
easy.
simple, right? For the
It's
easy.
easy.
Yeah. Now, I don't get me wrong. I like the hard top.
Well, I think the durability of the soft top, I guess, could wane if you keep it outside and the temperatures, the elements over time. Like the lifespan of it may not be quite as long as the hard top. But the hard top, you've got to have somewhere to put those tops on the fly. Like, so if you're out somewhere for the day and all of a sudden you just feel giddy and you want to take the tops off, well, that big piece, unless you can put the back seat down, you don't really have anywhere to store it.
Yeah.
The front two, no biggie.
Right. Put them in the bag.
But the second piece,
right.
And we still haven't taken the back piece off.
You mean the fixed,
very back,
yeah, the
rear.
fixed roof where you have to unbolt it. There's like 3 bolts on either side. We need to do that one day to actually both.
Yeah.
And I did find the trick to this. Now, some people will laugh at me. I get it. But when you treat the soft top, there's been some complaints about the treatment that you're putting on there, the overspray getting on the paint. So they're having tape off their paint, cover Bronco's plastic. I'm just going to take the entire top off, put it on a big tarp in the driveway and treat it there away from the vehicle. I figured by the time I spend trying to tape off the paint, not worry about getting any overspray of this on there and then having to worry to get that off, I'm just going to take the top off and treat it. And, you treat it for the water repellent nature of it. So,
right.
But my question was, if you were ordering a Bronco today, what are some of the things that you could definitely do without? The creature comfort type stuff, right? So the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control, which you and I've discussed, we really aren't huge fans of anyway.
Well, it's nice. However, if you have a big difference in your speed, like if you really have to slow down, it's kind of nerve-wracking to me when it gets back up to speed, if I could speak to
Look,
it.
as soon as I said that, Joe Blow said the adaptive cruise control is sweet. So the technology's cool. I just don't like how it the throttle on it is really just gasses it.
It's like it just slams the gas to the floor.
Yeah, it's insane. And if you know anything about boosted engines, I'm just not crazy about if you're like, so if you have a Badlands Sasquatch 2000 RPMs, you're going about 70 miles per hour. I do know that. So if you're cruise control going 60, you're under 2000 RPMs. Not a place you want to be lugging an engine, a boosted engine anyway. Let's see. Not saying that's what it's doing. It's just
Flo mentions northern states you might want the hard top. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, and Flo also on travel. So
yeah, it is a little bit
it is quieter.
But it's not that much of a difference, honestly.
It's not. In the noise too, a lot of the noise that you hear with the soft top, it's yes, you can hear wind and other vehicle stuff like that, but a lot of it you hear the tires. So the Goodyear Territories, so they make that constant. I think it's a cool
What's
noise. I
road
like it.
noise?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't mind it. I think it sounds cool because every vehicle that drives quiet. It's like, wow, I've got one that talks to you. But the KO2s I hear, because I've never had experience with them, but I hear they make less road noise than the Territories. So when you switch over to KO2s, I would imagine it's going to get quieter there as well. Did you see, let's see, who made that comment about Dave melting his bumper?
Oh, yeah.
We were
I
watching
did
his
see
live
that.
stream last night. And yeah,
I think I missed that part.
I don't think Kelly was happy with that part.
Well, I did see the part where he sprung the bumper.
Oh, John
Was it
said
the
that,
bumper
John.
on her?
Yeah, well,
We have that in
tip
common.
stuff. And the thing is, when you start modifying these vehicles, you start changing other stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it's
That's what it was.
whenever anything that you change, there's typically something else that it changes down the road. Which, by the way, remind me before we end tonight's stream. Remind me to talk about that little water diverter in the hood, or under the hood on the Raptor. I just noticed something the other day. Wow, I've never paid attention to it, but it's also on the Badlands, but it's on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Let's
I'll
see.
try to remember that.
Yeah, Nick said he'd definitely go with soft top Bronco 78. One of them goodies, new Bronco. Then I started comparing to a simple basic 78. Don't need all that new tech. Yeah, and nothing wrong with a 78. I was talking to someone at the parade. He has a 79.
Yep.
And what did I say? Well, the
That's
real
awesome.
Bronco, 78, 79. Solid. Yeah, and I saw your comment with Flo there. That is exactly right. I'm going to 60 after owning both. I'd rather the hard top all the way. Yep. And there again, I'm saying it would be close. It's not like I really would want the soft top over the hard top, but if I had to pick right now, which one would it be in a hurry? And I couldn't order another one. Top. Yeah, and I tell people, if you're ordering a Bronco and the top's not going to make you wait a year, order the MIC top from the factory and then get an aftermarket soft top. Right. That's what you do.
So you have all the wiring and everything.
And if you find out you don't have the room and you really don't like the hard top, well, you have something very sellable.
Well, I think too, in a perfect world, get the hard top from the get-go and then replace that with the soft top during the summer months, or the nicer months rather.
Yeah.
And then store the hard top over the summer. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Joe was also getting back to adaptive cruise control. He said, yeah, maybe it's better on the all-electric Lightning. Yeah, it's different. The electric motors with the torque, the more of a constant torque. And I don't know if that's the actual engineering behind it, but there's a lot more torque and it's instant, right? You get the instant torque.
What, with the electric?
With electric, yeah.
I've never driven an electric vehicle. I have no comparison.
There are huge advantages to the electric, I will say. Oh, let's see. I'm going to 60. Said Cooper Discovery XLT tires are awesome with no highway noise. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, we're going to really get into the tire selection for when we have to replace them. But right now we're good on the tires. And the F-250 is going to need tires before the Broncos. So we need to maybe play around with that too.
Right.
It'll be a good video for the channel. And it'll make a lot more sense then. I plan on putting a soft top on the 78 in the summertime, put the hard top back on in the winter, and that makes sense.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
In a perfect world.
So 26 watching right now, 27 watching, maybe even a couple more over Facebook there. If you would hit the like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. It is a struggle anymore on YouTube for certain. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. There's some cool stuff coming. And any day now, the video with our new name. It's going to be cool. How many are like, I would love to know your opinion. Changing the name, but having the same core content with a lot of cool extra stuff. Interesting. How's that sound to you? You're not going to be mad at me, are you?
Please don't be mad.
Please don't be mad. and Andrea said, yeah, at the time, 21, that was a few minutes ago, 21 watching, 7 likes. Thank you, Andrea, for saying that. Yeah, definitely. And believe it or not, when you hit the like button, YouTube says, hey, wait a minute, people are liking this content. Let's share it to others. And so people that don't normally watch, they get to see it, whether it's live or on replay. And that's all we ask. And we do appreciate you watching. I look forward to seeing the same names and some new names each week. It's fun stuff. Gavin, so we have a video. I think I'm going to try to piece this together. Gavin and I went riding our 4-wheelers Sunday. So we had a busy weekend.
Yeah, it was very busy.
Saturday, we went to the beach, local beach, since the tropical storm / thunderstorm.
Which it made me feel better. Our other daughter's in the Outer Banks right now. She said that it was, in fact, bad that day because there's nothing worse than to have a trip planned, wake up, see the weather, and then not go, and it still be beautiful.
Yeah, but imagine the live stream we could have done from the eye of a tropical storm.
Reporting live with your hair blowing sideways and everything.
Debris hitting the Bronco and seeing me cry on live.
Yeah.
You know, oh, no. Insurance claim. And wishing we hadn't have gone then. But so we did the beach locally on Saturday. Sunday, Gavin and I went all the way up to Saluda, Virginia. And if you know where southeastern Virginia is and you've heard of Saluda, it's a little bit of a drive.
In the middle of nowhere.
It is in the middle of nowhere, which is why it's good for
4-wheeling.
So we got up there a little late. We had that. You ever had one of those days you're trying to go somewhere and it was just life was trying you all morning?
I feel like we had that every weekend.
Yeah, so we
or every day.
we fight a good fight, don't we? So there's a kill switch on his 4-wheeler that I felt like a rookie. I never noticed it.
That was a rookie mistake.
It was tucked up under the seat and the cord, and they didn't tell us when Santa brought it to Gavin a couple years ago. Is he downstairs watching?
I don't know. He hasn't chimed in.
Anyway, that actually came unplugged somehow, and so it wouldn't start. Well, I broke out the meter and started checking stuff, and sure enough, I found it. And
I know, which is so frustrating.
Because
when you told me it wouldn't start again, I'm like, geez, we just had this thing serviced because with the gas situation, with the ethanol,
right?
They run horribly.
Well,
like you can't use ethanol. But and then I was thinking, well, we've been using
non-ethanol,
right? So what's the deal this time? And
using seafoam. So we do a mix of.
You said made a huge difference.
Huge difference. Yeah, you can take one that runs a little. But anyway, my point was it took us a long time to get there. So when we got there, we didn't do the trails. So there's like up to 6 miles of trails there.
Well, you couldn't do the trails because it was too dusty.
No. The trails are wet back in the woods.
Oh, the trails. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the track.
Yeah, and poor Gavin was like covered in dust after we rode it. The trails are back in the woods, and there's a lot of mud holes and a lot of places to send it. So going from there. Hey, Dirk Connor, thank you very much.
We appreciate that super chat.
Keep the great content coming. Well, we plan on it, and we really have some cool stuff. Tomorrow, we'll probably do a video of getting the Bronco fixed and getting it back from our dealer. Well, I say getting it back. We're taking it in the morning. They didn't want to keep it, and I didn't want it to stay there all week. So we brought it back here, and, and it's sat mostly except for your little parade that you were in. But tomorrow we'll probably do a video on that. But we have some cool stuff.
It was all my parade.
It was right. It was her parade. They did it for her. Me. It was nothing to do with the 4th of July.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but and we had a great time. We actually went back to the little place in Suffolk, Virginia, where the parade was, and they have probably one of the best fireworks shows around.
And it's such. I just have to talk about this area. It's called Eclipse, and it's this little old neighborhood, and they have some new houses and all that back there, but it's right on the water. And it was a fishing community years ago. So it has a lot of history.
Yeah.
So a lot of old historic houses, and it's just a really cool place. But the neighbors there are incredible. They just have like this great community. Everybody loves each other, and they bond and do all this stuff together. And everybody has golf carts, I think, in the neighborhood.
And then there we show up with 2 Broncos.
I know, 2 Broncos. And they all participate in this parade. It's like this old Americana feel to this neighborhood. And then, like, one of the really cool things is they have a contest where they decorate mailboxes. So everybody decorates their mailbox
for different
then-
holidays, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it is more
Yeah.
than just the 4th?
Can I
Yeah.
interrupt
Sorry,
you?
I'm just going
no,
on.
just for one
But it
second.
was really cool.
Joe Blow, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching tonight. He said he's got to go. His border collie has to train some rescue Frenchies.
Oh, I want
Yeah.
a Frenchie.
Yeah. So
Add that to my list.
no more dogs, except
Yeah,
for the one we're just
I know,
getting ready
we're
to get.
getting a puppy.
But Joe, thanks for watching. Definitely appreciate you subscribing
thanks.
recently, and we appreciate you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just talking about the
Mailboxes.
the mailboxes, the old Americana feel. But it's a small community, and they have like the best fireworks that you would expect from like the whole city.
We'd have to
They're
have like a
amazing.
Bronco mailbox, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Well, we can't do one
You need
here.
to post some of the video from the fireworks.
Well, I'm working on
That
the
was
video
awesome.
for cruising in the parade, so we're going to upload that here. I've been a little overwhelmed and didn't really know how to brand it. So was it going to be the new name or the old name, or what the name was it going to be? Anyway, so yeah, definitely cool stuff. Gavin is going to start getting dirty working on the 66 Mustang. That's going to be some really cool stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And we're going to talk about the F-250 that I've had for several years now, but it's still, there's something about this 2017 F-250 and the new trimmer F-250 that are very similar. So it's kind of like you had this unofficial, and don't hit me too hard in the comments, I know it's not the same, but sort of this unofficial trimmer in 17.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about the 17 and the 18 F-250s, FX4s, that kind of returned in the trimmer this year. So that's very interesting. A lot of people like,
people loved it. They wanted it back.
Yeah, they wanted it back. So what changed between 2017 and 18 from 19, 20, 21 and regular 250 22s? Unless you get a trimmer, there's one thing that we're
I'm
going to
not
have
going
in
to
common.
say it, but I know
Don't
what it
say
is.
it. Don't say
I
it.
almost spilled the beans.
You got to watch the video.
I almost spilled the beans.
You got to. Then I wouldn't have done it. But anyway, it's cool stuff like that. So we're going to have some fun. A lot of Bronco content coming. Don't worry about that. And we were also kind of challenged by our oldest daughter.
Were we?
Yeah, entrance 44 is supposedly don't go there. It's rough. The terrain is crazy. I'm like,
so
man.
Now he's like, well, we'll go there.
No, we have to go there. You're talking my language because I get, the Bronco is fun when you're on the beach.
Hold my beer moment.
Yeah. No, I'm driving, so it's like hold my iced tea.
Hold my tea.
Hold my iced tea. But now I've got to see this place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I want to do this.
Well, there's a ton of ramps down there.
Yeah, but
we just got to get there.
For us, we found that the Outer Banks, we love it. We love going, but I was looking for a little bit more of a challenge. So far, the Badlands cruises
super easy.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, I thought we were going to struggle. Yeah, no. And I'm not talking to pack sand. We're talking loose stuff going up and over the dunes. And when I say the dunes, don't freak out. Only the designated areas.
Right.
So you can't just ride on dunes there.
That would be very bad.
Yeah. Mainly it's the roads that they have that go over the dunes back down to the beach. Mm-hmm. So there's only a few places you can do that anyway. Anywhere that has grass, you don't drive at all. Anyway, so what are we going to talk? Dirk, Connor, I definitely appreciate you watching. And how is things looking? I've been kind of out of how's things looking on all the Everglades that's been ordered? Has anyone in this group received a build date for the Everglades? And have you received an Everglades or?
Yeah, I haven't heard of anybody
seen
getting
one of
an
them,
Everglades.
And what I'm curious to know, MAP closes down to do retooling for a few weeks. And I don't know, I heard rumors they're going to do longer, maybe a month, but I'm seeing people with build dates of August. But I thought they normally close down the end of July.
I don't know. That's a mystery.
Yeah,
mystery of the night.
And the Raptor does not have a build date. So is it going to be pushed to a 23?
I know. That's the question of the day.
I mean,
or of the year.
And 27 watching right now, someone has to know, and 3 over on Facebook. We have to know, or someone has to know. Do we have any information on that? Have you heard anything? I've been trying to keep up with it. What are you getting? Text during the show?
Oh no, that's you, honey.
Oh.
See how I get blamed? And it was him.
Jeez. But anyway, so I think we're gonna have fun with the new show. The new not new show, new name. It just enables us to do. We can do whatever, I guess, whatever we want now, but I think it makes more sense, wouldn't you say?
Right.
So we get to go.
And I know
what else do you want to talk about?
Was it I'm Gone in 60, I think, commented that they're gonna miss the name. It's not too far. You'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be, so yeah, and here's the thing. So Gavin and I started this YouTube adventure, and we thought, well, we're going to document the ordering, the reservation, the ordering, watching the Broncos roll through and seeing people get them, and kind of that's how it all started. So now we're looking at really growing our channel and doing some cool stuff. And I want it to be around for a long time and start doing a lot of educational stuff on vehicles as well. And, it makes sense to go off in a direction, part of our own branding. I have some stuff that we do in other businesses, and we just thought that it'd be kind of cool if it was all there. I'm going to miss the name too, because that's like, what are we going to do with the sign? I'll probably have to keep the sign up for a little while just for nostalgia reasons.
So Dirk has mentioned that he got a build date the week of August 8th for his Everglades. So that's awesome.
Okay, good. And see, there again, past the time when you thought MAP would be closed.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe they've made some changes.
Now, is the build date, also the build date is not necessarily, and I know there's some comments about this, not necessarily when it rolls off the line. I think there's been some people say, well, yeah, it was actually finished, but the build date was a week later, some things like that. I really don't know what their protocol is. I know that our blend date was pretty accurate when it went in and when it came out.
Yeah, our dates were really spot on.
We had the mod shop had to do one thing to, what was it, my Bronco? Yeah, the 21 Bronco, but yours just went through the line and onto the train.
And the funny thing is I had like nothing to do with any of it.
Yes, you did.
I basically saw it when it arrived.
Yeah,
he didn't keep me in the loop for that one because it was a surprise.
It was a Raptor.
Oh yeah, that was a big surprise.
You want one more surprise?
Nope.
No more surprises.
No.
Hey, speaking of surprises, did you see you did see the Heritage, the glimpse of maybe the concept of the Heritage?
We saw that, and then
what do you think about the color?
Alternate Nation had it on last night too.
Yeah.
What color?
So it was the blue, light blue.
But I thought that was just a wrap. Oh no, the one color
on the swing gate.
Yeah.
On the swing gate, they took
like
the wrap off of the right side, and then you could also see on the pinch weld below the doors.
Yes, I like it, and let me tell you why. It's reminiscent of one of the old baby blue Broncos.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't baby blue. The color I'm drawing.
I don't know the exact color, that's what it seems like robin's egg.
Yeah, but there was Ford had a name for it. Ford had a name for it, and I forget what it was. I'm sure someone can comment on that, but Ford had this name. Oh, it was nice, and it pretty much looks just like it.
Now,
so.
Okay,
painted hardtop, by the way.
Because I was sort of multitasking at the time. Was it a flat blue, or is it going to have some sparkle to it?
So it did not look like it had. It didn't look like it had any metallic flake in it. It looked like
glitter.
Yeah. Well, it looks more, the race red. I think white, black, Area 51,
and Cactus gray.
They're all flat. Yeah.
Oh, but what about the yellow?
Cyber orange has a lot of flake.
Oh, it does have flake. Okay, yep. I guess I've never seen one.
Yeah, it has a lot of flake in it.
Up close.
Yeah. Let's see, Broncos. Rumor has it that there will be 3 new colors added, and you know what I think eventually. I said this last night. I think eventually Area 51 goes away, the color. I think that Desert Sand, which is Everglade exclusive right now, I think potentially, because from what I'm hearing, the take rate wasn't that big on the Everglades. I'm thinking that color will make it to a standard color.
Right.
So I think maybe there's one added, one taken away. The blue, so there's
The new
two
one.
added, one taken away. So what else do you take away? You know, white and black or staples, they have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe because Cyber Orange was one of the launch colors, maybe that goes away. I mean,
One never knows.
yeah. And then are they going to bring in more of an orange, like a traditional orange color?
Do you think that they'll allow code orange to be on the regular
No,
Broncos?
code
you
orange-
think they're going to keep that strictly to the
Ford Performance.
Raptor.
So
Okay.
it's Ford
Gotcha.
Performance, Shelby GT500, Ford GT, which I think the Ford GT is done for. Of course, it was done before, and then they brought it back. I think that's one of those vehicles that every once in a while they bring it back. Now, who knows what the future would hold if they were to bring it back? But I don't know how long they're going to build them. If they're in the last year of that, you know, I mean, they're
right.
unobtainable by most, even though we did have an opportunity to buy one years ago, but that's an old story now.
Oh, geez. Let's not rehash that.
Don't rehash that.
Never hear the end of that one.
I was that close to owning a Ford GT, brand new. Anyway, it's all right.
I'm the Debbie Downer.
No. So Code Orange is going to be exclusive, in my humble opinion, to the Ford Performance like it is now. It's going to stay there. So who knows? I mean, if Bronco 78 saying, you know, maybe 3 new colors, well, even though it's on the Everglades now, is Desert Sand one of those? The blue's definitely one of those. And are they going to bring in a boxwood green? Because the eruption green is just a real rich color. Boxwood is, I don't know, maybe a little bit of flake in that, or it could be flat. I can't remember what.
I would think it'd be flat.
Yeah. It might have had a little bit of flake in it.
Who am I?
You
Nick,
won't.
you didn't miss it. We have delayed the name announcement. Sorry.
Yeah. So we had to delay it because there's basically a document that I needed to have first, and it was supposed to be here and yesterday and then today, and then anyway,
Just
I figured
a
what the heck. Little hiccup. I hope everyone likes it. Like I said, don't hate me. It's all because we. But as you grow, sometimes you have to change things. And when Gavin and I started getting back to that, how we go from that to paint back to that. Welcome to what
Chinese
goes on.
Girl Nation.
Yeah. So, getting back to that, we didn't have an idea that, hey, you know, we want to take this YouTube channel bigger and do more stuff with it and cool stuff with it, and for something for Gavin to, you know, manage one day and really have fun with. And so we definitely wanted to brand it uniquely for us, and that's what we're doing. So
Yep.
No turning back
It'll be
now. I've
fun.
told everyone. Bronco 78 said, that is like my channel. I'm sure that had some videos of my excursion. Doesn't really go with the Bronco 78. Yeah, you know, I mean, there again, things change, right? And I don't know. We'll see where it goes. And new, I think editing software is definitely in place already, and soon to be a new camera. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. And the editing thing about YouTube sometimes really takes some okay content, and when you edit it creatively, man, it really spices it up.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Editing is
no
everything.
substitute for good audio. Speaking to the mic. And so when you have mics right in front of you where you don't have to lean down it. So all of that's in the works. So there's a lot of stuff I've been telling you is happening, but we put the brakes on it because we knew the name change was coming. Get that out of the way, and then we finish everything else. So it's going to be fun. Just stick around. We're going to have a blast. And for those watching right now, definitely appreciate you hanging in there with us. It is what, 9:30 or 9:26. And I just definitely appreciate you watching for certain. And let's see. Okay. What was that? Let's go back through some of the comments, and we're going to head on out. We're going to try to do this for 1 hour tonight. So we have 3 minutes to go almost.
We have
4
a lot
minutes?
of things to take care of.
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
we have some stuff to do. The reason why it's so short tonight, and I apologize for that, is getting ready for the softball tournament, and I have some work related stuff. So we try to nail all that down tonight and go from there. But I look forward to this every Wednesday night, and I look forward to each and every one of you showing up and hitting that like button and subscribing. But the comments, they're great. I appreciate it. Everything from, we talked about, the different colors to the different tires that we're going to be looking into, and like all the input that we can get. Ditch lights, and do I do a light bar or not? Those are some of the things I definitely want some opinions on, because let's face it, some of the stuff makes noise, some of it looks cool, and so we'll go from there. And we have a couple of product reviews that's going to be happening, which I need to reach out to them, by the way. Sorry about that. Hold on. Cass RC, I didn't see this. Did a 2,400-mile road trip F-150 trimmer with the adaptive cruise, and extremely happy. I ordered Lux on a Bronco. For me, it's a must-have now. Yeah, and look, I'm not trying to – the use of the adaptive cruise control is great, because as you're approaching someone, it's controlling your speed.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I just think that if we had an option to tune a little less throttle whenever you, say, pull out from behind that vehicle and you have a clear lane, just a little gradual.
Exactly. If it could just ease into it a little bit more, because as soon as you get from around that car, it's on it.
And also it could change. That's in our 2.7. Is it different in a 2.3? Is it different in 3.5?
I'm not sure what the 2.3
like
is.
I don't really know. It's part of it's the gearing, right? The transmission. 10R6. So if you got a 10R60 and with the Badlands rear diff gearing, some of that probably has to do with that. So is it going to feel different in other vehicles? It is. And there again, it's not horrible or anything. It's just I just prefer to ease into the gas a little bit better. That's my only comment on it.
Right.
Other than that, it's a cool feature.
Yeah,
so definitely
it's
get
nice.
it. The only thing about the adaptive cruise control is the sensor in the front does limit you to what bumper you put on aftermarket.
That's true.
So if you want to just use any bumper, and you kind of have maybe a bumper, you have a bumper in mind and you need a Bronco to go with it. Well, when you order it that way, maybe you avoid the adaptive cruise, right? But if the bumper you want to go with will use, or if they made it to work with the adaptive cruise, then there you go. So anything would you like to finish up with? Also tomorrow night, maybe because we're going out of town, maybe Friday night, I'll have the video of what happens with the 22 Eruption Green Badlands, getting it back from the dealer tomorrow, getting the diff fixed.
Hopefully.
Yep. And we'll keep an eye on that. And I'll keep an eye on that from there. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watch out for the videos. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribing to us, and the comments, and watching us.
It's been fun as always.
Yeah, definitely. And we definitely appreciate you. So thank you very much. And we're out. All right.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Yeah. And wish Alexa and her team good luck there. I want them to win. So.
Good vibes, please.
All right, everyone. See ya. Bye.